and welcome back to the Giant Beastcast. Hello. It is Thursday, April. I'm reading my notes. Thursday, April 22nd. Friday, April 23rd. That's what I call it. 2021, episode 309th. Wow.
I think it's 10.
Is it?
I don't know.
I think it's 9.
There's no way to know. There's no way to know.
There's no way to
I think
know.
it is 9.
Hey, listen. Doesn't matter. I'm not here for episode numbers.
You're just very excited for 311. That's what you want.
Jimmy Nimma 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 Nimma.
Vinny, amber is the color of your energy.
Is it though? I always thought it was a little.
I'm actually getting more of a chartreuse.
Okay, good.
Maybe
What's your
an
favorite 311
amaranth.
song? Down. That's the song Down. What about you, Alex? Because I know you owned all those records. So
Yeah,
what?
I actually own like 311 records, mostly because I really like their drummer.
Okay. What was Chad something? Is that his name?
Yeah, Chad, good snare drum.
What's your favorite 311 record?
Look, the one that Down is on, I think, is probably
The Blue
their most
album.
acceptable album. Like, 311 is not a band I will defend on any level, but they are very good musicians technically. And when I was a stoned 14-year-old, I enjoyed their music.
Yes, Backlar. What's your favorite 311?
I had a 311 phase when I was about 12, I think, but it seems like they appear to be like good guys.
Oh yeah, they're not scumbags. Which is, I understand there's like a 75% chance in the music industry that they are probably actually scumbags, but in their case, they seem to have mostly avoided that.
What's the wrestling ratio?
It's lower than it used to be.
Okay, good. That means it's better.
It's better. It's still not good, but it's better.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I like their album Music. That album, because that was the album.
Is that their first or second record?
I think it's their first. Or it could be the second. I don't know. But I just remember when you were into that Blue album, you were like, "What's the real? Like, let me become a real 311 connoisseur." And the thing that people were always like, "Yo, you got to listen to the Music album. It's way less produced.
It's the only one that has music on it."
And that's the one I remember really laying into.
Really, I celebrate the entire catalog of one Nick Hexum and Peanut.
Yes, and I go on their cruise every year as well.
Oh God, I forgot they do that.
They do a 311 cruise?
They do a 311 cruise. I also think they do like a 311 festival when festivals were a thing.
Okay.
I don't know if it was them for 4 days or if they invited other bands. I just know they did that. And then it kind of like, I feel like they kind of pivoted, or maybe it's just their natural evolution. They kind of became this like mushroom band where they were just into like psychedelics more, right? Like they were just like,
they were always high as shit.
No, they were always high, but there's a difference between being like a pothead rap metal band and then like a jammy fish.
They're more rap
kind of
rock
thing.
than rap metal, I would say.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, I could spend plenty of time talking about 311. We could do that.
We're
already here.
You have done that. Good job.
I feel like
Congratulations.
hit the quota maybe, but yeah. 311.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeehaw.
That's it. Done for the year. Move on.
311 is March 11th. Fast forward
Just in time.
Disaster.
Fast forward to April 22nd, and here we are doing things. How you guys doing? Alex Navarro's here. Jeff Bacalar's here.
I'm doing good. I had a very like intense encounter with nature this morning.
Oh, all 311 natures. What happened?
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to segue.
Yeah, that's terrible. I woke up. I was already up. I went downstairs, dropped the kid off at school, and Stacey's just like, "You got to look outside in the backyard right now."
Okay.
And I'm expecting some sort of like Tasmanian devil or some shit.
Uh-huh.
And I see
maybe like a Jersey devil.
Oh.
Yep, you got it. No, and I see.
I liked it, Alex.
This creature.
Uh-huh.
This gigantic bird-like creature with fucking talons and a nasty ass beak, like one of those.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Stack beaks. What?
I saw the photo. It's not a bird-like creature. It's a bird.
He was, yes. But when I'm telling this story, I gotta tell the story in the way that Jeff tells stories.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you afraid of the dark? The Midnight Society. All right. Tell me about your bird-like monster.
I'm
Pour
imagining
the sand on the fire, Alex. Let's get some magic going on.
What's that one that you guys, that ugly bird you mentioned that time? That real.
Oh my god, that hideous, like, fucking awful, like, I don't know. Oh my god, that bird looked like it had been through shit.
Yeah,
it got the short end of the evolutionary straw, and that thing is just. It's just this.
Not
like,
only the short straw, the short end of the straw.
Yeah, they were just like, we should also make this look like it's balding and fucking having a real bad couple of years.
Well, how do we keep predators away?
Yeah, I guess.
Here you go.
All right, so tell me about your bird monster.
So this bird monster is just like in the middle of the backyard, and I'm just like, look at the fucking size of this thing.
Yeah.
Larger than my dog, and my dog's like a 38-pound dog.
We've seen it.
He's not huge, but he's not tiny. And I get the camera. I'm just like taking pictures of this thing. I'm like zooming in on. I'm like, oh, this is so gross. What is it doing? It flies up to the swing set, and he's just sort of like standing there, like real proud, like, oh, this is my shit now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is this thing? I took up on. And then, we just kind of watched it, and it's just, you could see it breathing. It's like, I'm just like, this wicked, nasty creature. What is it? I posted photos on Twitter. Apparently it is a turkey vulture.
Oh, that's all it is?
Time out, Alex. Because you say that like you've hung out with a couple of them, and they're not such bad
As a matter
guys.
of fact, I have. My mom's house back in California is surrounded by eucalyptus trees, and in those eucalyptus trees lives an entire fucking flock of those things, and has for the last 20 years. There are just there's a shit ton of turkey vultures
the
that hang out over
Johnsons.
there. Yeah, and the thing is, the thing you're right about is that they are disgusting assholes. Like, I don't enjoy them. They had this habit of, if you drove down the driveway and you were like blasting music too loud or making too much noise, they would just vomit on your car.
Oh, the Johnsons.
So they
the
vomit.
Johnsons.
They vomit. They're vomiters.
I read up a little. When they get scared, they vomit, like some sort of dumbass. Like, what is that?
I've been there.
Anyway, so I'm reading up, and people on Twitter are like, yo, check your backyard. There's definitely something dead in your backyard.
What'd you find?
Okay, they did something. There must have been. I don't think one.
Nobody's gonna get this, but you guys know who runs the 522 local? Like, it turns
Not
out
anymore. You know.
Turns out
this was a hit. There was a hit, and it happened in my backyard.
We found Jimmy Hoffa.
It turns out the 529's looking for a new new head chief,
a new leader. Yeah. Listen to me, okay? When I say a fucking horror scene, like. I don't even want to describe it because it is so fucking gnarly what I tiptoed after he flew away. Oh my, the murder scene that they must have done here. It is so random.
But that's the thing, they don't murder. Turkey vultures do not murder, they only eat.
You're right. So they probably didn't do the murder. They just found the a dead thing.
So you have another problem on your hands, but please get to the
There's a different predator hanging around.
That's right.
Yeah, someone else is out there killing. I don't even know what this was. That is so how disfigured it is. I mean, it is unrecognizable.
Rabbit?
It like looks like a bird, but it also could have been like a gopher. I don't know what it is.
Did you take care of it? What'd you do with it?
I'm just hoping
let the
nature
turkey
runs
vulture.
its course on this one. I'm almost inviting them back. Like, please finish what you started here. But I'm gonna
say, been to your house. You have a very lovely house. Wow, you just got very bright. God approves of this, your nature plan. He's made the right choice.
There he goes.
But you don't have the backyard that's like, for folks that don't, backyard doesn't have the backyard that's like, it's just woods, as far as you can see. It's
I mean, there are woods sort of around.
But like, you have a suburban backyard, like, with the
yeah.
fence and everything. It's like not that huge, but it's like, you don't have like, oh, it's just, something crawled out of the woods.
No, it wasn't like that. So I don't know how this thing got there, but
yeah, that's
nature happens wherever you are. Like, you can't get away from it. Like, I was walking down the street last week, and I watched a hawk just straight up dive down on a pigeon and just start beating the ever-loving shit out of it.
Yeah, nature's scary, man.
It was nightmarish.
The COVID has let nature come out in a way that's just like, hey, maybe these guys
and they're pissed.
Maybe we can reclaim some of this here. Maybe I'm gonna go out and
let's get it back.
Let's get it back. Oh shit! I forgot about turkey vulture, or I forgot there's other things out here.
I mean, there's a war coming with the turkey vultures.
I found let's get gross. I found a dead mouse in my garage, and that might have been there for a bit because I haven't been in the garage in a bit, and kind of stuck to the floor. Just
okay. Well, I feel like my story might have been more fun, but
just kind of how do you get that off? How do you get that off the concrete? There, this is
spatula.
Spatula you don't ever want to use again.
Yeah, that's this is just it starts off with the that whole thing. Like I'm pretty squeamish, so that whole thing of like, I don't even want to do this. Like just put me in as many plastic bag suits as possible, and I'm just going in there to. Oh God, it's falling apart. Just like, what are you doing? Just can we just sell the garage? It's
we move.
What are you doing in there, Vin? Oh God. Oh geez. This is don't come in
nature
here.
is built with a reclamation project built in. Like all things are meant to return to the earth, and unfortunately, in this case, it happened to try to do that on concrete, and that is not where it wants to do that.
Yeah.
So the processes began, but the place where the processes were supposed to go was not there, and unfortunately, now it's your problem to deal with.
Yeah.
I dealt with it, and
yeah.
It's
you just threw it back in the woods where it belongs.
It's the neighbor's problem.
Right? You just sort of like fling it into the slingshot it. Like
the
your
nice thing
problem
about
now,
having
Throw it
Carl.
in the kitchen window.
Sorry, Carl. Deal with that.
Having a nice small backyard.
Boop. Just by the tail, just sort of. You know what? Who do you think wins in a bird fight? Is it the turkey vulture or like the New York City pigeon?
The turkey vulture wins on size.
Yeah, turkey
on
vulture.
size,
I think I'm pretty sure the
like,
reason they call them turkey vultures because they have something to do with turkeys, and that's a pretty big bird.
So they have the red neck and the kind of jowly thing going on.
Oh, it's so gnarly. You take a vulture, right, which is like considered like a real aggressive predator, and then a turkey.
I think it's a scavenger,
but it's not a predator. It's
I'm sorry, but it's scarier. It's scarier.
Yeah.
And then a turkey, which is just like the dumbasses of the bird community, right? Like they're pretty stupid.
Yeah.
And then we're like, let's mash that together.
So we have wild turkeys. I mean, you probably have wild turkeys around you. Like Jersey's a weird fucking state, man. Turkeys, deer.
California too. My parents also have a family of about 30 wild turkeys that hang out and will sometimes show up in their driveway.
But I'm 10
minutes. I'm 10 minutes from the George Washington Bridge, so like, that feels. I mean, that's humans' fault. We did this. We put the bridge and everything there. So
are you trying to say like they should really seek? Other
no. I'm
options.
just saying. It's weird. Like if you saw turkeys walking around in New York City, you'd be like, "Oh, okay, this is not how."
I would say somehow this is Robert Moses' fault.
It's actually very sad and horrible because we have forced all these animals into horrible situations. So
the deer really get it the worst. I mean, the deer in New Jersey are just.
Yeah,
they are not having a good time.
They should go to Delaware. It would be a lot easier.
Maybe. Oh wait, but while we're on the subject, because I don't want to come back around to this a little later. You know what we're approaching right now here in the Northeast on the eastern coast, not the Northeast, the
Spring.
Eastern coast. Yes, but what is happening in the couple first weeks of May? Are you guys aware?
My birthday
of the brood X?
Cicadas,
the cicadas.
Okay. Let me just give you a little bit of a backstory here. Okay. In 2004, graduated from a school outside of Baltimore. Okay. That was basically 17 years ago.
To 2004. Okay.
2004. I got firsthand experience with the last generation of Brood X. And when I say this was a biblical nightmare, I cannot this is where all those stories come from.
Which
it
ones?
It is a cicada brood. It is like, when you read like tall tales about this is what it is. Okay. When I say billions of these they are large. They are about like 2 inches big or so, beady red eyes. They're all blind and they come out and you cannot walk down the street without people carry tennis rackets with them because that is how insane.
So were you riding when you were a kid, were you old enough to be like riding your bike to friends' houses and stuff the last time they came out before that? Because dude, you would get beamed in the face and
you would just like eat them.
You would just be like, oh, they hurt.
the 695 and 495 around there where I was, like people would run into like swarms of them, and it would just be like a
Yeah.
I moved out of my apartment in college during that time, and it was like all of them stuck to our furniture. And like when we pulled the car back into New Jersey out of the U-Haul, like 1,000 of them dropped out of the bottom. I'm not joking. It was the most insane thing.
Yeah, because it's God up there being
I've
like,
ever
well,
seen.
this is the end. Hit the button. And then they're like, they didn't leave. I gave them, what else do I need to do here? I put the pest and the locust down there. They didn't leave this time. They just get in their fucking car and wipe them off.
This isn't working.
This isn't working.
But like, apparently they're not as bad up here. I feel like we'll still see some.
Yeah.
But it was the most insane thing I've ever seen from a biological phenomenon sort of point
You're
of
getting
view.
all the nature, huh?
Yeah.
I am not doubting your story. I believe you 100%
it's
that
the
it is a
truth.
nightmare.
It's the truth. Yeah.
I also think that I feel like I read one of these cicada stories once every 6 months. And I understand there are different broods, there are different groups, they come out at different times. But every time it happens, I'm just like, they're scamming us. This is not a real thing. Like
When you live in
the
Queens,
cicadas
they're
are
not gonna be
scamming
there.
us. They're telling us it's a big deal every single fucking time, but it's not. It's just the cicadas come out, they're loud, whatever. I think the cicadas are trying to fuck with us. I think that's what it is.
It's true.
They've got really good PR. They've got a really good PR person.
It's so we're not prepared when this happens. And then they all come out at once, and then we're just like, fuck, it's actually happening.
Everybody knows the stories of Cicada Charlie, who goes out for all the good kids at night and puts all the empty cicada shells on the trees so kids can collect
They're
them.
so loud. They're
I
so
need to insulate
loud.
your house with that shit.
Oh,
They're
that
so
stuff
loud.
it's crunchy and it's
And they're
delicious.
blind. Why are they blind?
So I heard
Nature's nightmare.
there's a Long Island brood that's apparently is on the verge of extinction. The numbers are down.
Yeah, brood Caravella.
That's right. Don't say that. That's terrible. No, the Caravella brood's doing fine. We're all good. No, I heard that, and I was like a little sad. Like as much as I really dislike them, it's like how will I not sleep during the summer? They are loud and they're not. Has it been 20 years? Is that what it is?
17.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2004. was
Isn't
the
it
last
weirder
one.
though? Is it weirder that they're just like buried
weird.
underground?
Yes, that is
waiting?
amazing
It
to
is
me.
the Locust. It is the like Gears of War is based on a true story.
It is.
If they spent one more year
weird.
if they spent one more year underground, they would come out with chainsaw guns. That is the scientific fact. They
All
would
right, here's what we
emerge-
do. We need to
quick
call
reload.
Ice-T, and we need to get him involved, and he needs to take out these fucking cicadas.
That's right.
Gamer shit.
God damn it, they're lambing. That's not Ice-T. That was
That was really not Ice-T, but good job.
thank you. All right. Let's I played
That's all I got. See you next week.
That's right. Let's restart the show. I played Hitchhiker. I think it's called Hitchhiker, a mystery game.
Yes.
It's a game is available on multiple platforms. I think most of them. If you go check it out, I think it's available on Switch, PS, the PlayStation console family, the Xbox console family. I don't know if it's a direct whatchamacallit, Xbox Series X and PS5 versions. Anyway, it's beside the point. I played it on the Epic Game Store and $20. It's a game. It's a narrative adventure game. It's pretty light on the interaction. You have control. It's 3D. You're in a car, as you might expect from the title, kind of hitching a ride. And I don't want to talk too much about the story because I think it's fun to explore on its own. But you are in a car and you have control over your characters looking, and you can kind of click on some stuff, and you're kind of going through this kind of slower paced narrative that I think lives and dies by that tale and who's telling it, and it's voiced, and I think the voice work is generally pretty good, and I think the story, they do a good job with the storytelling. So I'm only a couple of hours into it, but what I've seen so far, I've actually really enjoyed it. It's Hitchhiker, a mystery game, and let me tell you, there's a mystery in there.
Yeah.
It might not seem like it.
It's
No
a little
way.
twisted. It's a little off from what you might expect.
Yeah, it's Alex sat with me on a quick look, and what'd you think?
I was into it.
Yeah, me
I
too.
think that thing looks cool. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got a nice look to it, and I'm all about stories where you're doing a mundane thing, but they find a way to fuck it up and make it weird, and
Yeah.
that seems like what they've done. It is a series of hitchhiking events where shit is weird.
Yeah, And you go. I'll just say this so you know, there are chapters where you drive with different people, or other people are driving. So
Right.
just so you go, you can look at it. The quick look's gonna go.
It is not a driving game.
You are the passenger.
Yeah.
You are the wheelman.
Okay, that's the passenger.
See, my mind went to the Deftones song, but I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. I understand why you went there.
All right. I like it a lot. I got it $20. I bought it on Epic Game Store. I didn't buy it, actually. I think I got a comped, but I have enjoyed it. Quick look going up soon, possibly this weekend. I also started Outriders. Not a lot of it, but it was sitting
what's
there.
that about?
Well,
How's that going?
It was sitting there, and I was like, I should try this thing. I've heard like kind of all over the place stuff on Outriders, and that setup for that story I like really enjoyed. I don't know, I'm not that far into it. Have you guys tried any of it?
No, I haven't tried Outriders yet.
No, I've been meaning to.
I like what they're doing in this story. They're the whole thing, the whole planet thing, and how they're telling it, and their silly world.
I've heard a lot of like, and I think that there's a obvious reason for this, but I think I've heard a lot of like Bulletstorm comparisons when it comes to the story, but it is not as like maybe aggressively trying to be comedy.
Yeah. Oh, I have not gotten to the like balls, tear your balls off.
It's not that exactly, but it is a little bit like in your face kind of.
Oh
shit.
yeah, these are this is the Macho Camacho world. If like he was actually elected. Was he president in?
He was president.
Yeah, it is that sort of thing of like Mike Hagar's.
Oh, here we go.
No. Mike Hagar's, I think, would be a much more reasonable society personally.
Okay. It is that tone though of like, okay, we went down this direction of. So I'll just set this up very quickly. The premise is like Earth has been destroyed. I don't know if they get into exactly why, but you can kind of get the sense from the characters of maybe they really fucked it up. They did something that's like, yeah, you
we
guys.
shouldn't have done that.
I wouldn't trust you guys.
What year? What year is
fish.
it? What year is it
It's
supposed to be?
20XX. No, I don't know.
20XX.
No, I don't know.
You're just being a butthead.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's the not too distant future.
Yeah.
And so they on Earth?
No. They've gone to they've sent out like the colony ships, and like this is their chance to start anew.
Right. Do it right this time.
The surviving people, some catastrophe. I'm not that far along in it, so some catastrophe.
This game was on the list of my like maybe I could do this with my buddies instead, and I'm really gonna wait to hear what you say.
So I was also trying it out to see like, hey, is this the thing that like my brothers and I maybe try, because it is cross play. So currently, I believe consoles are having no trouble playing with each other, and on the PC, no matter which store you bought it in, are not having trouble. But PC to console crossplay is a little effed up,
a little hinky,
a little tough, and they've suspended some of that. But it is also not cross save between platforms. It is cross save within the family you bought it in. So if you bought it on PS4, you bring your character to PS5 if you go there.
Gotcha.
But if you buy it on Xbox, I believe you cannot bring your progress over to PlayStation. So it is on Game Pass. So that's why I was checking it out. But my family plays on PlayStation. So
make them buy it. That's what you do. I mean, come on.
Make them buy.
That's what I'm gonna do.
But then what am I doing? Am I putting on the PlayStation headset in one ear?
Oh, right. What do you do with the chat situation? Well, no, you go to like a disco or something like
Discord is what they call it. Yeah.
Sorry, Discord.
Yeah, it's okay.
Discord party.
Yeah, I don't think that's not the vibe we do really. That's like a...
That's not the vibe.
Well, that means you have to have like a PC or your phone or something there. Like that's like it's...
Yeah. The horror, your phone. What's the problem?
And when you gotta plug a headset into your phone and then have the headset for the game going.
Hey man, I'm not the one saying, "Oh, Discord is for gamer." I didn't construct that narrative. They've been running on that narrative. How do they do it? How do people do it?
They're not that for gamers because they won't get bought by Microsoft.
Or can they put it on like the consoles and be like, "Hey,
if Discord was on the consoles
platform,
that would be amazing."
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd solve some issues I have for sure.
I almost assumed that was going to happen just because of the obviousness of the whole thing.
Yeah,
I feel like there's still time that's a thing that could be done. But also, if they were in the process of like possible takeover talks,
Exactly.
you would maybe not launch a PlayStation app while that was going on.
Well, I don't know.
Well-
Microsoft seems to like really be in that bag, right? Of like, hey, now here's powered by Discord. Here's your
Yeah,
cross-platform app. Like Microsoft doesn't care.
I was going to say, if Microsoft bought Discord, they would probably, I feel like a way to get Discord on PlayStation would still be there.
Sure.
Put it on the Switch. Like
Sure, you even want it on that thing too.
well,
Why
because
not?
like here's what happens with the kids and like the Animal Crossing playing together. It's like, oh, okay, now put the iPad or the phone over here and like then play. I'm like, what are we doing here? What guys? There's a better way. There's a better way. There's a better
I mean,
way.
I've never been more scattered when it comes to just communication platforms. It's never been worse.
Yeah.
I have 11 apps that seem to be constantly juggled and their plates spun simultaneously while I go into my notification settings to make different chimes for each thing. And it's just like, oh, this is a great way to live.
My brother, who has four kids that are some teenage and some getting close, has just told me it is just constant communicate. He's like, you just assume you're walking around the house at all times streaming out to something. Like there is just kids walking around with phones, laptops open, especially with the virtual school stuff. That is just like, we just assume we are constantly, something is happening, streaming to someone. So there's Zoom calls happening with friends in other calls on the phone as they're working on. It's just, guess that's just what it's like. That's what it's like, said Beck. And he knew.
No.
No?
That was Everlast.
That's what it's like, said
You're thinking
Everlast.
where it's at. You're thinking where it's at.
Yeah, where it's at is Beck.
It's where it's
Everlast
at.
is that other one. Yeah.
Time is a piece of wax falling on a termite who's choking on the
Choking on the
splinters.
splinters. That's still Beck. That's still a Beck thing.
You are what you is. That's Frank Zappa.
Okay,
Yeah.
Zappa. Through a fly's eye. That's Captain Beefheart.
That's Sugar Ray.
Anyway, speaking of streaming, we're still doing a podcast, right?
What? I don't know.
So Outriders, I've enjoyed it so far. I feel it was a weird thing where that felt like the first target practice thing was just me not being able to aim correct. I think I was assuming there was better aim assist with this controller. It looked like I had touched an Xbox controller for the first time and was trying to do this targeting thing. It was just, maybe the sensitivity was too high for me. I don't know. There was something about trying to get headshots in that first targeting thing on Outriders that I embarrassed myself, and I'm pretty bad at video games, but I was just spraying the gun all over the place.
Oh,
like,
come on.
First time
You're
with the
fine.
controller,
Come
Havin. Just go all around there. And maybe
And I
have to
can
go into some
hear
of those
literally
settings.
everyone's eyes in the world rolling, listening to you say those things.
Wow, I'm great at
There it
games.
is.
What do I?
There
Oh,
it is.
It's more
You're
of a
not-
creaking sound.
Yeah, it's more like.
I kept tapping the left trigger thing for the hopefully get that aim thing that some games just have of like, oh, tap it, like double tap, and this Call of Duty does that a little bit, right? It'll like when you go aim down sights, it'll kind of snap a little towards the player.
Yeah, like a tiny little bit of aim assist.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
kind of looking for that. Alex, what you been up to?
Well, I have been playing a game on the PlayStation 5, which is a PlayStation 4 game that is a remake of a PlayStation 3 game. And I'm, of course, talking about Near Replicant version 1.22474487139. Ha! I brought it up.
Wow, good job.
Yeah.
It's like a Kingdom Hearts.
So I can get that
title.
right.
Yep.
So this is a remake of Near Replicant, the original Near. There were two versions of the original Near. There was Near Replicant and there was Near Gestalt.
Yes.
And Gestalt is the one that came out here in North America. The only major difference between the games was that the protagonist was different. And the reason for that being, I guess, that they decided that the brother character, who is the main protagonist in Replicant, would not be as well received in the West as a gruff dad.
Okay.
So they changed him to a gruff dad in Gestalt. And here's the thing. People liked the gruff dad. They actually thought it was a pretty good version of whatever that character was supposed to be. But we didn't get Replicant officially in the United States.
And
we have it.
now we have it with the brother.
With the brother. And So it is a remake. Like they've done some pretty substantial work to it. They've overhauled the combat somewhat to make it a little bit more in line with
Automata?
Nier Automata.
Okay.
It's not a carbon copy of that combat system, but it feels like they've definitely added some style points to it. I should say right up front, I have not played the original Nier. I have watched people play it, but I have not played it myself, and I don't know the full breadth of what happens in that game. I've had aspects of it described to me, but mostly I've told people to shut up because I want to eventually play that game on my own.
So just to set the stage too, I don't know the Nierverse. Like, how many are these the games in it? Is this it? Like Nier?
Yeah, it's these two, and
Okay.
so the Nier universe. And I got a correction in the comments for the quick look for this. Thank you, whoever said this. It is based on the original Drakengard.
So it
game.
is in that universe?
It is based on the 5th ending in
wow.
Drakengard 1.
Oh, wow. Wild. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, apparently a god dies in that game and falls, and that is what falls onto the earth, and that is what sets the events of Nier in motion.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So technically they are related, but also like Drakengard, I guess, went off in its own direction, and then they eventually did Nier. So
Okay.
Huh.
Was it
anyway.
was it a chained god? Was there any kind of
it probably.
Okay.
I've never played a Drakengard. I can't tell you. I'm going off Wikipedia entries here.
Okay.
But so I have been playing this. I'd say about 5 hours into it. I think it's technically a 20-hour game, but it's one of those where like once you finish it, you should probably go back and do the New Game Plus because there's a bunch of added shit to it.
Okay.
Because it's fucking Yoko Taro.
Right.
So I really loved Automata. That's not a secret. I'm into what this game is doing, irrespective of the changes they have made to the combat and kind of the polishing of making everything look real nice. I've seen a couple of reviews be like, hey, this game takes a while to get good. I think that kind of does it a disservice. I understand that like at a certain point, the story turns and it gets real wild. But I think the basic game, which is just you running around this world trying to help your sister Yona, who has this bad disease that makes weird shadowy runes appear on her skin and apparently feels like shit.
Oh.
You're just trying to find a cure for her. You're trying to help her out, and in the process of that, stabbing a lot of monsters. I still think that part of the game is good. I think the build up to whatever the hell is coming next is still enjoyable and well done, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. But I don't think it takes 10 hours to get good necessarily. It just sounds like that's where the real wild shit kicks in.
Do you as somebody who likes Automata a lot, and I also like Automata, is it filling in any stuff from there that it's making it
Oh yes.
Okay, it is. All right. That's cool.
There are, I'm told, a great many threads from Automata that will make a lot more sense to you if you've played original Nier.
That's I think what I would go to it for.
Like the only one I will sort of spoil here because it's not really a spoiler and it's a thing that you discover like within the first 20-30 minutes of the game. But like Devila and Popula, the two characters from Automata, like they feature heavily into what's going on in this world, and I think you get some context for like who they were and what was going on before the events of Automata there.
Oh wait, I think I'm thinking of the wrong characters. I'd have to look them up again.
They're like twins.
Yes,
twin
I remember them. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of flitting in and out, and in that base near the camp, the kind of camp.
So here, like in the village that you live in, like Popula is sort of like the local, I guess, regent. Like she kind of runs the village, but also she's like the healer. And then like Devila is just hanging out with her guitar and just like playing music for the children. And at least that's where I'm at in the game.
In Automata, they're by that like desert level a lot, right?
I believe so. Yes, I think so.
Yeah. All right. All right. I'm curious. It's weird. Like until I was into Automata, I was like, I'll try this because it's getting a lot of praise, and I feel like it's one of those things that I probably would not go to. And for me, it's probably one of those things that once it gets its hooks in, I'm like, this is great. But
yes,
surface level, probably bounce around on.
I mean, look, this game feels they have not changed the game feel in a hugely substantial way. Like this still feels like an Xbox 360 era action game with I think just an overall like better flowing combat system than what was there before. Because that game looked and felt pretty old by all accounts when it came out in 2010.
Does it have the I forget what they call the system for the we have the can put a RAM or whatever into your
So
person?
here it's magic words because
Okay.
you don't have a drone. There isn't like a little drone guy
Oh,
following you around. It's a
okay.
magic book named Grimoire Vice.
Okay.
And he is a delightful asshole. He kind of sounds like a very sarcastic Pierce Brosnan. And he is really fussy. And
What a
so
year for fussy magic books.
Yeah.
Too soon.
You know what
there,
though?
Ben.
I would take Vice over
Dr.
Dr. Hakim 1,000 times.
Man, this doctor, he's getting it. He's getting
Grimoire
it good.
Vice is not getting into my relationship business. All
Okay,
right, so
good.
he's
Not
fine.
yet. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's where all your magic comes from, and like you shoot magic bullets and do magic attacks through the book. But there's also these magic words things that you attach to your weapons, to your magic attacks, to your even your hand-to-hand stuff, and those give you little bonuses based on that each time you learn a new thing.
Okay. It's
I like it.
yeah.
I think anyone who liked Automata absolutely should go try this out. I think even if you didn't get around to Automata and maybe you were waiting to play the original before you played Automata, this seems like I have friends who love the original Nier, desperately love the original Nier, and the ones I know who have played this have been like they did not fuck this up. Like
so when they say
made
that
it better,
is
but
that
they didn't ruin what made it good.
They love the Gestalt version, or they love the.
I think that's the version most people over here
Okay.
played.
Okay,
Yeah.
and this is not that.
No, but it's like, again, other than the character and voice, I don't think those two versions
Okay.
were really that different.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. It reminded me with the upgrade stuff. I finished the Dishonored DLC. It was
congrats.
It was
Nice.
short. It was shorter than I thought it would be, and I really liked it. And thanks to everybody who recommended I play that before.
You're welcome.
Moving on, yeah, thank you. Who recommended
you're
playing
welcome.
that before moving on? I found it. I played those games to try and get low chaos, which I didn't always love trying to do, and maybe I should have just played it the way I wanted to, but I kind of wanted low chaos. But I am kind of looking forward to trying to do just a murder man run through those games, and
The way you really feel.
the way I
Yeah.
really feel. Just
That's who Vinny really is.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're kind of assassins, like just going. I mean, the whole
you're
time I
not
was-
kind of assassins. You
Yeah.
you just
Yeah,
kind of
like,
are.
you
There's no real
yeah,
blurry
like
line
that's-
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially in the DLC, and you're like, even the guy who's like the outsider's like, "What are you doing, man? Like, you were kind of a badass. You're just keeping everybody alive. All right, that's the way you want to play." And he's like, listen, okay.
Get that whale oil on you.
Get that
Next
whale
thing you
oil.
know.
So I think the thing they did better in the DLC, I'll say, for because it's the topic of a lot of conversation. The thing that they did better in the DLC is, I felt the powers and the weapons that they gave you were more evenly distributed between a pure stealth non-murder run and the murder stuff. I felt like in the original mainline Dishonored, a lot of the stuff was like, well, I'm never going to use this because I'm not killing anybody. I'm trying not to.
Yeah.
But I liked it, and I thought they did interesting things with slight twists on some of the powers that made it sometimes more difficult, but in interesting variation, if not a whole other change. So
Nice.
that's good stuff. It was on Game Pass. It's that Bethesda Dishonored
Microsoft presents Bethesda's presents Dishonored.
Well, it's got the frame boost on it. It's got that that special sauce they put in there, whale oil that they put in there. That Monster Energy drink, they pour it right in there. And
that Monster Energy oil.
it runs really well. I don't know where I'm going to do Dishonored 2. I don't know if any ending stuff comes into Dishonored 2, like a save thing. I don't think so, but I'll look it up. Some people have said to me Dishonored 2 maybe on the PC is the way to go because it didn't get the kind of enhanced frame stuff that the first
I
one
remember
did.
hearing that.
Yeah. So it's good. It's good. It's a fun game. Anyway, Alex, anything else?
That's pretty much been it. I've like I said, Nier has kind of been my week.
And your weakness, I know. Just,
Yeah, it really is.
Just that.
It's that soundtrack. That soundtrack is actually my weakness.
Is Emil in it? Have you seen?
I believe that Emil's origins are revealed in this game, but I
really?
have not gotten to Emil yet. So
Okay.
I just got Kaine, who I think is like kind of the first companion that that comes along, and she's real fun. There's a part where you're fighting a boss with her, and she just calls it a bitch ass and says she's going to tear out its motherfucking heart, which is fun.
Jesus.
Okay.
So
Right.
yeah, no, it's got a tone.
Bacalar,
Hey,
how's your tone?
my tone is good.
Is it warm?
It's like it's room temperature tone.
Okay.
I had my second shot on Friday of last week, and let me tell you, that fucked me up.
I bet.
Like I was down for the count for.
Was it the aches?
It was the aches, the chills. I had 101 fever for 8 hours.
The squeaks,
you're
blips.
doing the Spaceballs thing?
I was
Yeah.
going to.
No, I was there with you. I just didn't know. I just didn't want anyone else to be like, "What are they talking about?"
Everybody knows.
That has never stopped us before.
It's true. So I'm on the couch all day on Saturday.
Hey, at least you got the shot. It's that's the good.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell
a lot,
yeah!
A lot of people out
look,
there.
This is not me getting to the I regret it.
No,
part.
I know there's a lot of folks out there not in the States, just kind of counting the days until they can get it. So
Yeah. And get your fucking shot.
well,
okay.
if you can.
Yeah,
Waive
like,
those fucking patents for the love of God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, get the fucking shot if you can. If you're eligible, get the fucking shot. So I'm sitting there on the couch all day. My family's having a great day without me. They left me, and I look over, and I'm like, oh, there's an Xbox controller. We have an Xbox in the family room here. Let me boot this up. I'm looking around, and I see Superliminal.
Mm.
And I'm like, you know what? I talk about this game a lot. I feel like I always wanted to play it when it first came out. I'm going to start this game and maybe in my fever dream have no recollection of it the next day, but I'm going to play it right now. And I did. I played it for about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to say, I really enjoyed myself. Now,
Oh, good.
Here's the thing with that game. That game is all about perspective, right?
Yes.
So that is the hook. That is the gimmick. It is basically what Portal does to, like, you've woken up in a test facility, now figured out how to get out of there. They might have some nefarious ideologies along the way, but you're the test subject. You're the rat in the maze. Go figure it out. The main gimmick that this game revolves around is that perspective thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you look at a little thing up close, and then you could just make it tiny. It's basically how you're perceiving the object you're holding in relation to the rest of the room.
It's like you freeze it in space once you grab it.
When you are holding it, and again, you're not holding it, you just sort of like, it's just sort of floating in front of you in a way.
You're Half-Life magicking it.
It's just sort of like telepathy in a way. And the second you absorb it and it's in that thing, it sort of can pass through anything. It has no like physical properties that matter. Now, the second you the second you look at the rest of the room, if you want it to be enormous, you look at the furthest corner of the room, and then therefore the perspective of the thing becomes huge. You let go, and this little, chess pawn is now the size of a giraffe. Yeah. So you do that for hours and hours, and some of the puzzles are a lot of fun. Some of them are you know what it is? I love when I get into a room and there's just nothing. Like, usually you got like some set pieces and you're like, okay, I love when I get into a room and there's literally nothing. And in my, fever dream state, I'm just like, oh God, is this the game I should be playing right now? But I love the fact that, like, with nothing, that you will get through it and you will figure it out. And somehow the magic gets revealed. And there's a good handful of those situations in Superliminal that I've already encountered to, satisfying degrees of which I'm just like, I gotta keep doing this. I gotta keep playing it. So that is what I did in terms of games. I'm glad I finally started. I'm a super fan now. I'm a superliminal fan.
Oh, it's fairly short though, isn't it? It's like and
we'll see. I mean, I played 2 hours. Yeah. I'm probably halfway done, maybe. And then I'm such a dick. I downloaded the Resident Evil 8 thing. I know you know that.
Oh, the Village.
In the Village, and then forgot about it. So
here's a question I have, and you can't answer it because you haven't played this yet. It's called Resident Evil Village, but everything they've shown is just one house.
Oh boy.
What's the deal?
Vinny writing your jokes now, bud? What's happening?
That was great delivery. Good job. Nailed it. Did you see Alex nailed that joke we did?
Haven't you ever
Everyone's
heard
done all the giant ladies step on me jokes, okay? I've got to find some different material.
that shit's old hat, but apparently you didn't realize one house can be a village.
No, it fucking can't.
I just made it up and seemed to have no problem saying it, so therefore it is now true.
That's where it comes from. It takes a village.
That's where it comes from. It takes a village. When they say it takes a village, they're really just talking about one house outside of a big castle.
They're talking about the turkey vultures, the Johnsons.
Talking about cicada vultures.
Puking on your car as you play. It's gonna be a good day. Too loud as you pull out of the driveway.
Blasting 311 as loud as you possibly can. No, but yes, that is a funny observation.
Keep your dog out of our yard.
Resident Evil Village. They call it village because that's the only fucking word that you can fit Roman numeral 8 into.
Villain.
No. Come on.
Villa.
Bob Villa.
Resident Evil Bob Villa.
Vilify.
What happened to Bob? I don't really know.
It could have been pillage. It could have been pillage.
It's pillage.
He's not a fucking Roman numeral.
No, but no, I'm talking about
I fit it in, start it over.
Oh, right, it's VILL.
Yeah. Gee, there's a lot of stuff.
Resident Evil, licensed to illage.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. Yeah.
Village communication.
Hey, at some point, maybe would you be okay if the village comes inside the house? Maybe the house is
no.
Okay, well then, all right. Well,
put me in a village or fuck off.
Okay. Well, you're in the
house.
I assume the house is in a village.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe there is a village. You don't know.
Maybe that should be in the marketing, considering it's in the title.
Oh, okay. Yes, they're really losing prospective players because of the inaccurate village
one
subtitle.
Right here. There's one right here.
Alex is like, if there's not at least more than one house, I walk.
If I don't see at least a hamlet's worth of other houses, I'm out.
I walk.
I'm out. Backlar, anything else that you downloaded and didn't play?
I mean, I want to still talk. Oh, so the arcade is here. I'm gonna build it this weekend. Hopefully, I'm super jazzed. I got new buttons.
What is that?
I got different.
What is it?
I got different arcade buttons.
I feel like you've
too.
jumped ahead. I missed like a comic book or a chapter in between this. So last time we talked, you were talking about what to get. What'd you get? You bought that?
Oh, I bought everything. Yeah.
What does that mean?
I bought like a cabinet.
Like a prefab cabinet?
Yeah, a prefab cabinet with a 4-player controller thing.
Oh, okay. I don't know if the audience, I don't know how much the audience knows. I feel like you sent me some of this stuff and we didn't talk about it on air.
Yeah, I sent it to you. I could have sworn I sent it to you and I was like, hey, I'm buying this. Or I was just showing. So a lot of people, Aravon on the site, in the chat right now, like a lot of people helped me, sent me DMs. Guided me, held my hand, navigated me through the choppy waters of home arcade business. And I'm going to put it together this weekend. So I got a 4-player joystick thing, right? You get that. It's got a trackball in the middle.
It does. Okay.
I was sort of upset because I had a good time playing Arkanoid in the retro arcade. And I'm like, fuck, I need a puck. I need like a rotary thing.
Yeah.
But I have something. I have like a USB volume knob in the house, and I'm just like, this will probably work for that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it will. And if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Okay.
But that's whatever.
You should also talk to Gersman. He bought one that just plugs in USB.
Oh, right. I heard about that. Yeah. I think he spent an insane amount of money on that.
No, it wasn't.
Anyway,
no, it wasn't so bad.
No. Okay, cool. So that's where I'm at right now. I replaced the buttons on it, or I bought replacement buttons for it because I was warned, and I also knew this, having played a lot of arcade stuff lately. You fingies, man, they get tired. Like when you're slapping away on X-Men or
please
Ninja
don't call
Turtles.
them that.
What,
you.
fingies?
Yeah, please no.
Oh, grow up, Alex. I mean, come on.
I absolutely will not.
What'd you get? What buttons did you go for? The Sanyo or like the curved top?
So the Sanyo hat. No, so they have a when the dome goes in.
Okay.
Yeah, I got those, but it's a I guess the throw is shorter.
Okay.
Travel is shorter on them, and it's
It's
softer.
like a shallow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a shallower travel. They're called gold leaf buttons.
Okay.
I got those in. I'm excited to put it all together. And now comes, the fun part of just making that thing sing. I also got something which is way overboard, but I just had to do it because if you're going to do it once, you got to go all in. You got to go crazy. You got to do it right. I bought a thing that is going to be the marquee of the cabinet.
This. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. It's a marquee. And it's got like like the, what do you call it? Like the dot match, the little LEDs in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it can display anything, and it's in color. So you could like put a custom message on it. And when you're playing a game, the thing can plug into your computer, sniff out what game you're playing, and then display that in the marquee while you play it.
That's pretty cool. As if it were the original marquee.
Well,
or close
I
enough.
mean, close enough. Or it's just the logo. If it resembles the logo in any capacity.
That's fancy.
That seems fun.
So do you have an arcade in your house at this point?
I mean,
like legally speaking,
like you kind of have like 4 pinball machines ish. Now you have this freestanding arcade machine. Do you have a person that just has like a coin dispenser walking around?
Well, we put in the snack bar, and that kind of is probably the thing that sealed the deal. I also had to buy all this like cheap shit so people could trade in their fucking tickets for
gallons
stuff.
of nachos and nacho
Look, all you
cheese.
need is an NBA Jam cabinet that doesn't work, and I think legally you're an arcade.
Yeah, buy an out of order sign, slap it on an NBA Jam cabinet, and you're good.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with my lovely wife the other day, and she was sort of like, I'd really like to have some sort of permanent thing in that room. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty permanent. We got like 4 pinball machines. We're gonna have this arcade. There is a couch in there too. But she's like, yeah, but like, I don't know. Imagine we like paint the walls or something, and like, what does that room really look like?
Or like, I imagine it's like, hey Jeff, someday we're gonna have people over this house again. It's not just always gonna be your little arcade room. Imagine we'll have guests in the house again.
Yeah, to play the arcade games.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I am not one who likes kicking the can down the road, if you will, but. I'm certainly kicking the fucking can down the fucking road with this thing. But here's the deal, and Alex is right. This is a fun room to be in.
Oh sure.
When we come back,
people
when we
are gonna
start
talk about it.
People are gonna. I want people to hang out in this room. I want to put a TV on the wall as well. I want this to be like the game room, or like the
Are you gonna build a shitty little wood panel bar in there, and get like a
thank
couple
you
of
for
Budweiser
assuming it
neon
would be
signs?
shitty. I don't know.
No,
why
it has to
couldn't
be shitty.
nice.
That's the whole point.
No, Vinny's gonna build it. It's not gonna be shitty.
No, it needs to be shitty. Like if it's a home bar and it's wood paneled, it needs to be garbage.
No, that maybe if I was like, no.
You should get that tiki bar from the CBS office. Brian doesn't need it anymore.
Now I know who I'm not getting advice on with this project. I mean, come on.
You need to get the cable management under control. That's my thing.
Oh, please. That's the least of our fucking problems in that room, buddy. I mean,
the floor's collapsing.
I want it to just be like a very fun place for kids and adults. And, we are going to, I just, that's what this room, it was either going to be like, I told you, like, it's another room that we probably, it's not a room that we always were going to be in, I guess.
I see what you're doing.
Shut the fuck up,
I see
Alex.
what
do
you're
you
doing.
Don't fucking, what are you doing?
I get it now. You're trying to get friends for your kid. You're building a house.
Yeah, you're silver. You're
all
silver
the kids in
spooning it,
school are gonna be like, I want to go over to his house and hang out.
No, he doesn't need me to buy his kids.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying your
but
kid
that's-
isn't
you're
personable or capable of forming friendships on his own. I'm just saying you're helping him along.
Yeah.
No, listen to me. Listen to me.
Ricky Schroeder over here. Just,
Let's get one thing straight here. This shit's for me.
Hey, do you get like paranoid ever with the like your son playing on the machines that have to go back ever? Like, hey, a little looser on the buttons there. A little
Yeah, I mean, it happened
signed
with
a contract
Turtles,
on that
dude.
thing.
Did it?
It happened with Turtles. Like he kind of bounced off the Turtles pinball. That Turtles pinball and for me too. That game has a great theme, but like it's not. I don't think it's one of their best.
But what happened with it?
They wanted it back. Yeah.
Oh, I think it like broke.
No. They wanted it back. Yeah.
Okay.
He really liked Guns N' Roses. He was upset when Guns N' Roses left. But it's fun, I mean, look, we were home for a year.
I know. No, I'm not. I do not begrudge you the arcade. I mean,
Yeah.
if
Still late in the game for the arcade, but
if you have an extra room, if I had an extra 3 rooms, one of them might become something where there's an arcade-ish thing in it. I got 2 other rooms booked already.
When we bought this house, we were just like, this maybe is more than we need, but we also needed to get out of where we were, and sometimes your hand gets forced, and it was either going to be this or like the piano room. Come on.
What are you going to do? Now you can put a virtual piano in there. You get
exactly.
That Matt from Big, and the kids will really love you.
Look, we're lucky enough to have an extra room.
Yes. Living the dream.
Yes.
When I bought that Joust machine, and like Ryan Davis and I went on, many trips to go pick up other arcade machines, there were people that had like arcade rooms, and it was like, this is fucking awesome. Like, what you really need is the, I have one, I think it's in my parents' basement, like a beer sign. Like I've got like a a neon sign or something that says like game over or game on or Schlitz.
I don't know if Schlitz
or tokens only.
I don't know if we're going. I don't know if we're gonna go that route. I feel like I'll butt heads a little bit with my wife, but
or just get an open close sign so that like your son knows that like, oh, it's closed. It's closed today. Yeah, it opens again at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow. You know the time. It's bedtime. It's closed. The games are off. Power them down. It'll get a little. Get a little curtain.
He'd be like,
close.
Sorry. Closing up shop.
Close it up. Clean
last
it up.
Call. Last call. Get your tokens.
Games in.
I so badly wish I did not know what actually was required to maintain arcade machines, because I would love to do that someday for myself, but like I ain't got that kind of time. I ain't got that kind of money. I ain't got that kind of patience.
Well, that's a nice thing about sending back those pinball machines, right? Is like you get a fresh one that comes back, and it's just like, oh, it's gone. You don't have to do the maintenance, because doing the maintenance on a pinball machine already back a lot. Yeah. It's involved if you own it.
It's a passion project. But I do want to like figure out a way to like make this somehow straddle the line of like, oh, this room is not like arcade offensive, where it's like people can hang out in here and have a good time.
It's not like the keyboard room where nobody can go in.
No, the keyboard room.
Don't breathe in there.
We don't talk about the keyboard room.
Don't go in there. That keyboard
room's going to cost you. Okay.
Hey, you want to see something really fucking cool? Oh yeah, cooler than the Turtles machine and all this stuff. Oh yeah. Come in here.
Yeah, have a seat.
Come in here. What's that?
Have a seat at this computer.
touch that keyboard. Touch it.
Touch.
Yeah, that
type on that. How's that experience?
That's a keyboard. Yeah.
I like those switches.
How does that feel?
You knock it, Vinny. I'm telling you, when I built one for my wife, it changed her working life.
Will my hair grow
better?
Vinny, yes.
I'm just imagining like hit the thing and it's just and my hair just goes down to my shoulders.
Yeah, look, you know I will beat this drum from now to eternity.
Listen, there is a story here. Listen, trademark. There is a story here where a guy.
We're not doing that, especially now. No, we're not doing that. Yeah.
There's a story where like Bacalar builds a keyboard and something happens. He spills water into it, or something happens. Fairy dust, and everything he types on that keyboard starts coming true. Like,
that's where you're going.
Yeah, it was gonna be like he types on it. He's like, I really wish I could be big, or something. It's just
I really wish building keyboards was actually cool.
Oh, that's not nice, Alex.
No, it's not.
It's a lovely keyboard.
It is a really nice keyboard. I'm not denying that.
This one was cheap, a lot cheaper. Don't worry. It was only $400. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
Are we holding up a different keyboard?
Yeah, I built the other one for like, the stream, and for it's actually behind me there. Okay. But it's the one I use every day. The one I use every day is like my daily go-to.
Oh, your everyday carry keyboard.
Everyone needs like a weekend keyboard, a holiday keyboard.
Yeah. Now you're getting it.
This one's for Passover.
You're gonna That's right.
That's good. Good.
You're gonna go. Okay, here's the story. Ready? You're gonna run out of. You're gonna run out of keys on the keyboard, right? You're gonna you're gonna fumble one. It's gonna go ding 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 and fall in your heating thing, right? And you'll be like, it's Sunday, nobody's open, and you're gonna go into this little shop in town that you didn't even know existed. You're walking by, and it's just like it's got curios from around the world. It's got like shrunken heads and all this stuff, and be like, "You don't carry keycaps, do you?" Be like, "I do for a price. How much of that?"
Buying.
"Oh, you'll pay me later. Don't worry."
We all pay in the end.
Yes, that's exactly right. We all pay in the end. Okay, sir. And you're gonna put those on. They're gonna be black with like gold like foil on them, and you're gonna put them on, and you're gonna type, and you're just gonna Jumanji your shit. It's just stuff's just gonna be happening. All of a sudden, refrigerators gonna be all over the place. It's gonna be amazing.
No, refrigerator's your problem these days, buddy.
That's true. That's true. That's right. That's right. Could you just type Vinny gets a new fridge installed and does ordering fridges? Let me tell you about my first world problems. Like a fridge.
Well, while you're not roasting me alive on Twitter, you worry about your own.
My biggest problem with the fridge these days is how do you fit a 72-inch tall fridge in a space that's only 71 inches tall?
Let me tell you.
How do you do that?
I used to care about that problem for you. I used to care.
Once.
I used to. There was a time, brief, about 11 minutes.
What happened?
And you said something to me that you couldn't take back.
What did I say?
Said something to me.
What was it?
Said something to me that, you said something to me. You ever read a tweet and you just cry?
Yes, but what was it? Can you, my memory is very, what did I say?
No, don't play this game. Don't play this game with me.
Well,
I'm not going to cry on this show. Not this week.
What'd you say?
What did I? What do you mean? You know what you said.
Well,
what did I say?
Yeah, all I remember is posting a thing asking.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't remember this. I remember asking for fridge advice online. I can't remember anything after that.
Vinny asked for fridge advice online, Alex, and then I took that as some sort of like insult because I thought he was making fun of me.
Right, because you're the Maytag man. Yes,
I'm the Whirlpool man.
Whatever.
The Maytag man doesn't work here anymore. Okay. So what happened was he's like, oh, I would love some fridge advice. I love some fridge advice, even though the fridge man himself came to work.
First of all, that ain't your bag anymore. I'm respecting it.
Well, it didn't seem like yours. So I said, look, man, you got to be careful with what you say because these, tweets can hurt people, right? When you bring up fridges, you get that, right? We understand that. We're all on the same page there, right?
Yeah.
And basically got to the point where you told me
what's next? Read it. Read what's next. It's important to the story.
I actually am just kind of stalling so I could scroll down. Okay. I wrote, wow, Vinny, just wow. Try and remember who you're hurting with tweets like this. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said, what did you say?
Mm-hmm. If only there were a way to see this conversation somewhere.
There is. I don't know why I can't read the thread.
Vinny tweets 3 times a month. Just go to his account.
Really, there's only.
I can't. For some reason, I cannot find it. But basically, you said, "What did my new fridge say to your new keyboard? I like your type." And then because I thought that was so brain dead, I was like, I'm not going to continue this volley because then I'd be disrespecting the game. And then what? And then Vinny wrote, what's the difference between you and my fridge? My fridge was cool before it gave up.
Damn.
See, when you read that again out loud, it still hurts.
It's so good.
It actually hurt me a little bit to hear.
It's like you got the Twitter game is you get the expectations so low that you're like, oh, this guy's got nothing, and then you're like, oh, I got him. Here we go. We're gonna go dunk on top of him, and there comes Caravella up with the smack that ball out of here. And then what did you write back to that?
Nothing. Because
you just erased
you ever be so frozen with fear and shame?
Yeah.
And just it's more disbelief that one of your best friends would actually do this in public to you.
It's public.
I guess I just couldn't bring myself to the computer again that night, and I think I went to bed around 9:30 that night.
Is that worse than the time when you posted that old photo of like your early CNET hosting duties, and I asked you if they let you host a CNET show for your bar mitzvah?
That was good. That was a
that was good. Alex. That was like a I salute you, sir. This Vinny's effort the other evening was first-degree murder. Cold-blooded. Right. Cold-blooded murder.
I also asked for your permission before I threw that one at you.
Yeah, because, you're a good person. And
no, I'm not, but I appreciate you saying it.
For the context of this bit, yeah. So, look, we'll see the fallout from that tweet.
I already called the what do they call it, the National Archives, and said, hey, make sure you get that one in there. I don't know how
it's already been minted as an NFT.
I don't know how often you back up your shit, but you should just just run that right now. Just run that cron right now, just because some good shit just happened on Twitter. Just tell whoever's hit that button right now. It needs to be there for all time. All right, should we take a break?
I ate myself to sleep that night. I just need you to know that.
Pizza the Hut. He's delicious. We're gonna go take a break. I'm gonna play the music. We'll be right back. Make sure this is set up here. Beastcast listeners, this week's show is brought to you by Ritual. Not Dr. Jeff Bacalar and not Dr. Alex Navarro.
People used to call me Dr. B, but that's not what this is.
You're not a medical doctor.
Correct.
No, I'm a doctor of science.
I'm a doctor of podcasting, and I'm here to tell you that I have no medical training whatsoever. I took a course in CPR once, but that's about it. But I'm here to tell you about Ritual and Ritual's vitamins, multivitamin. Jeff Bacalar, you know what a multivitamin is?
I do. It's a vitamin that's got multis in it.
It says here, we deserve to know what we're putting in our bodies and why.
I agree.
Especially when it comes to something we take every day. Ritual's clean, vegan-friendly multivitamin is formulated with high-quality nutrients in bioavailable forms your body can actually see. What are you not going to find in this multivitamin here? Well, Ritual says sugars, GMOs, major allergens, synthetic fillers, and artificial colorants. You're not going to get a pill full of broken glass that they're going to ask you to.
That's comforting.
I assume you're not going to get a pill of just like filled with wet cement
or meat. Or meat. Let's be honest. Just the meat.
Just a pork chop in a gel cap.
Yeah.
If you're getting broken glass and meat in your multivitamin, perhaps it's time you try a different product. Let's talk about Ritual.
Jeff Bacalar, you did receive some Ritual vitamin. What'd you think?
So here's the thing with Ritual. I never had a multivitamin that is minty. It doesn't do anything for your breath. It's just it's a minty scent when you open the bottle.
Just a happy little surprise.
It's a little surprise. I wasn't expecting it the first time, but it turns out you can do this to a vitamin, and that's an interesting little thing that I like about these little guys here.
Those little guys. Oh, did you shake it for the mic?
Look at that! Look at that!
Ritual is made traceable, trademark. You'll always know what nutrients you're taking and where they came from thanks to Ritual's one-of-a-kind visible supply chain. That's kind of neat. Ritual is designed with they told me to read, this says read two of these. Ritual is designed with your life stage in mind. Available for women, men, and teens and bacalars. Ritual multivitamins are scientifically developed to help support life in different stages.
That's why that implies some sort of like farm to pill situation here, but
from tadpole to frog, they got you covered. You can get key nutrients without the BS. Oh, it's bull pucky. Ritual is offering my listeners 10%. My listeners. I hate that.
Okay, Ron Burgundy.
Ritual is offering listeners of the Beastcast 10% off during your first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/beast, BEAST, to start your ritual today. And we're back. And I have exciting news.
What happened? You the mouse come back? What?
What mouse? The mouse came back. The mouse from
I just laughing at that thing going across the yard there. Sorry.
No, exciting news. My wife had a pork chop for lunch and didn't eat the whole thing. And I got to have a little pork chop when I was upstairs.
Oh, that's the exciting part, is that you got your wife's leftovers.
That's really weird when you say it like that, but I'm gonna say
greasy fingies Caravella coming down.
Would it have been better if I said your wife's pork chop? Because I don't think so. I don't think so.
There are goddamn kids in this house, okay? You guys watch your mouth. All right.
All right.
Let's whew.
The reset button there. Welcome back to the Beastcast.
All right, let's get going on the news here. Alex Navarro, what's happening in the world of video games?
Well, let's see. Let's start here. Overwatch. It's a game I have enjoyed for many years, on and off, though I have not played it in some time. The game director, Jeff Kaplan. Face of the franchise, you might say,
Jeff Kaplan
is not that anymore. Jeff Kaplan, after 19 years at Blizzard, is exiting the company.
Who's left?
Well, the person taking over is Aaron Keller, who was the assistant game director on the original Overwatch, and I assume on Overwatch 2. They will be taking over full time. That game is not scheduled to come out this year. Okay. So, I don't know what this really does to their development cycle. It sounds like they're just continuing a pace. I have my concerns about that game. They do not necessarily dovetail specifically into Kaplan leaving. More has to do with just, boy, that game, everything they've shown of it sure does look like more Overwatch, and it sure is taking a long time. I wonder what's happening,
Interesting.
I was reading. I'm looking here at Kaplan's message.
Mm-hmm.
Why are there no capitals in it? Is the Kaplan do?
Don't think he writes with them. I guess.
Is that just like all the I's are lowercase?
Yeah, he's like a an E. Cummings type.
Is that just this thing? Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay. I don't know. Oh wait, no. Was that maybe this is just the Polygon transcription of it? Because the next paragraph has capitals in it. Anyway, that's not the
That'd
point.
Be weird to transcribe a thing with no capitals because the next statement right after that has capitals.
That's what I'm saying. So
weird,
okay.
Sometimes caps get lost in translation.
Yeah. Hey, maybe it's like a statement like no cap. There's no
they cap Blizzard Entertainment in a statement, so
there's no Kaplan of this ship anymore.
Oh God.
Okay.
Wow.
Expect more name news.
No, he's not there either.
Yeah. Okay. Diablo. Should we that's people really enjoyed his what I hear is that people really enjoyed the communication style he had over Overwatch. I assume that's what I hear.
They love the no capitals thing. They were way into it.
It's their biggest thing. That's the thing they loved. Okay. What's next?
So this is a weird one. Not a bad thing, but a weird one. Okay. So Epic Store announced they are adding some other non-gaming apps to the store, including like iHeartRadio, Brave, which is a web browser thing. I don't know, some other stuff. But they are also adding a gaming app to the Epic Game Store.
They're putting Steam on there.
The itch.io store.
They're putting the Apple Store on there. Turns out
that would be something.
Those are the terms of the settlement.
Yep. No, so the itch store is just going to have a presence, I guess, within the Epic Store. And I mean, you can still go to itch.io and just buy the games there if you want. But as this news story in Kotaku helpfully points out, there are like 160 million registered users on the Epic Store. So that kind of visibility is probably a pretty big deal for them.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see the integration on that. So would you be launching? Yeah, I'll have to try it out. I assume you.
I mean, the thing with the itch stuff,
and then it will launch your games from within the itch app.
I don't know. Yeah, so the itch stuff traditionally has just been you get executables. They're not part of an application, what have you. So I'm wondering if you buy through the Epic Itch app, if you have to play them within the Epic Itch app or not. Maybe not, because I feel like that would be kind of a deal breaker, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's
still,
yeah,
you know, I mean, it's good for the creators that use that platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff on Itch. There was an adventure game I was actually looking to check out on there that was free on Itch. I should look at that storefront more. Yes, that's the lesson here. What else, Alex?
Battlefield.
Okay. What about it?
There's more of it coming.
Oh, get out of town.
Yeah, they're totally making new
How
Battlefields.
could they've done all the battles, Alex? How could there be? There are no more fields.
Do you honestly think that do you think they're too good to just do those battles again?
No, I do not. What do we know what this is?
No. All we know at this point is that one of them is coming out later this year. That is the target release. The other one,
there are multiple of them.
There's apparently 2 Battlefields currently in the works. Whatever the next one is a console and PC game.
Okay.
But it's Battlefield. It's DICE. They're making more Battlefield. I mean, you know what that means.
No, I don't. Is that Star Wars? Is that Battlefield?
That's
Battlefront.
It's Battle. It's guns.
Okay, so Battlefront does not fall under the Battlefield like genre. If they said
literally different words.
If they said there were 2 Battlefields, it would not be a Battlefront. That's what I'm hearing.
No, it'd be like
no, 2 Battlefields do not equal a Battlefront.
Okay.
You can't have 2 Battlefields and then suddenly Star Wars is there. That's
not
how it works.
interchangeable. Yeah.
All right. So like when you said Call of Duty, if somebody said there's a new Call of Duty, you wouldn't assume that like, hey, we have multiple Call of Duty.
You wouldn't assume that's Spider-Man.
You wouldn't assume it's Black Ops coming in. Like that wouldn't fall under the Call of Duty.
You are trying something wicked here. You're not playing by the rules.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. One has laser pew pew sword shit, and the other one is check out these old guns.
Yeah, one is fucking Star Wars, and one is the EA Call of Duty game.
What?
And Call of Duty, it's just like, hey, check out these different guns each time.
Yeah.
What guns are we using in this stupid fucking story? I don't know. It's the 70s. These guns.
Yeah, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
No, in my brain, like Battlefront and Battlefield, they're just like, you know, you go down a path and you made a left and you're in like, oh, it's Battlefield with Star Wars, and you go down, you make a right and you're like, oh, it's Battlefield. You know, they came from a similar place. Maybe that's just my brain.
Learning a lot about you.
Okay, yeah. I mean, always do.
Very little of it good.
No, it's all.
Not so fun, is it? Not so fun, is it, Caravel?
No, it's good. Look, hey, no, I learned. I'm a better person for it. I've grown a little bit in this last 5 minutes. We had a little fun here. My expense. That's okay. I goofed.
Oh yeah.
I'm goofing. That's what we do. I played my role as the goof, and now you guys had your fun, and I had my fun. Now we can move on to the serious news.
Great.
What else is going on? What tell me? So
that was your cue, Alex.
No. My actual question was, is that it? Just this Battlefield?
For Battlefield, it is. Yeah, they just announced this today. Like, it's literally hey, check it out. There's more Battlefield coming out this year. And notice. And then also they are working on another thing, but they have not specified beyond that. Maybe we'll hear more around what one might call an E3.
Okay.
An E3. We're doing an E3.
That's in 2 months.
Allegedly.
Getting a lot of chatter here with the so don't send this in with the Battlefront and the Pandemic series, and not the pandemic. I guess I got to clarify that the studio Pandemic before
yes.
DICE. So thank you, chat, as well.
They should maybe change that name. Anyway, next story.
So,
I want to say this was talked about for a while, and now is officially coming to fruition. But traditionally, when you have played free-to-play games on the Xbox family of systems, you have needed gold, at least, in order to do multiplayer online play stuff through those games, which I sort of understand why things were that way, but also kind of defeats the idea of free to play. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they are doing away with that in a number of titles, including some big uns. But so there will be exceptions to this. They are not getting away entirely from games with gold gold being required for certain multiplayer experiences that are otherwise free.
Okay.
Like, for instance, free to play weekend promotions, where a premium game is a thing that you were playing on a trial basis. You'll still need gold, that sort of thing. But for, let's say you're playing the Apex Legends or the Fortnite or God help you, 2 Human. These games will be playable online going forward without required to pay for the multiplayer.
2 Human free to play?
Apparently. That's what this list says. Right on there with Star Trek Online and Smite.
Wait, am I thinking of a different 2 Human?
It's literally on the list, dude.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the list.
All right.
Look, they put World of Tanks on here. They put Yaris on here.
Sure. A lot of those things make sense.
2 Human.
Okay. Fair enough. The
Human. Doritos Crash Course and 2 Human, the 2 greatest games of all time.
Okay. 2 Human. Okay, I haven't heard that one. I haven't heard 2 Human in a long time.
Does that bring back some memories for you?
A lot came back very quickly. Also on this list, Crackdown and Crackdown 2, games that I would not have assumed were free to play, but I guess are. APB Reloaded. There's some stuff here that
That's not the APB you're looking for, I promise you.
I have to spend some time on this list.
There is not a mustachioed cop trying to catch Freaky Freddy. That is not what that game is.
Let's assume Freaky Freddy got away. Freaky Freddy. All right. You can't bust.
He's the only one who doesn't ever get away. It's always the guy after that gets away.
All right. What else?
Let's see here. Capcom announced that they are bringing. You guys, you like that Ace Attorney, right?
I do.
Yeah, sure.
You like that Phoenix, right?
Yeah, Phoenix, right?
So there's a couple of those games that never came out in the West. They are the Great Ace Attorney games. There are 2 of them. They're set in the 19th century.
Okay.
And the titles are The Great Ace Attorney, The Adventure of Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Oh, nice.
And The Great Ace Attorney 2, The Resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Okay.
One takes place in, I believe, Victorian London. The other is in Japan. And they are coming out in July for the first time in the US.
Well, all right.
I do like those
More Ace
games.
Attorney for you.
They're coming on the Switch?
They are coming to Switch, PlayStation 4, and the PC.
Has this series been on the? I know it's been on the PC. Has it been on PS4?
Pretty sure they did a collection.
That sounds right.
Okay, because I remember when that came to the PC, I didn't know if it came to other stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
Does
I think
that
they did a
change stuff for
collection
you?
of that stuff.
No, it's it's always been traditionally the kind of DS and Nintendo handheld platformy thing for me.
Right.
But yeah, I knew they did come to the that PC. Yeah, I'd like to check those out. I like them. Hopefully they have good music. I'm gonna watch that trailer after this. Good.
Okay.
Great Ace.
Speaking of good games that have good music, Spiritfarer. I like that game a lot. It was my game of the year last year. Vinny, it was yours too.
Hell of a game.
So I think we touched on this a couple months ago. They announced they're going to do some free DLC for that game. The first one is now available. There is a new spirit named Lily. They apparently will help create more light on the boat, so maybe you can navigate a little further at night than you would before.
Oh, interesting. So you can keep sailing at night?
It seems like it. That's what they're implying here. But so there's 2 more of these updates. Each one adds a new spirit and I think some other aspects to the gameplay. I've had an itch to go back and replay that game, but I think I'm going to wait until they put all this DLC out and then just do it all in one shot.
Have they said if the DLC will be like a spirit per DLC? Is that mostly?
I think they did, yes.
Okay, and I assume there'll be some kind of activity associated with them, kind of like the trap the lightning and the the fireflies, and with the new.
I'm sure there is, and there's definitely some narrative stuff they're adding. They specifically say that this update adds some elements to Stella's story that kind of ties up some loose ends.
Oh, that's cool. That's great. So when you load back in, it just starts you pre your final encounter with the gate, right?
I beve so, yes.
Yeah, okay, I think that is right. Great. I love to hear it.
I kind of want to just start it over though. Like I kind of want to just like go back for a completionist run at some point because I finished all the spirits, but I didn't do all the side quests.
Oh, Okay, you think you're closed out of some? I was gonna say I spent so much time cooking and trying to get all the foods and stuff that I don't know if I could start that thing over.
Now that I know what the rhythm of that game is and like how much you kind of need to focus on that versus not, I feel like I could get through a lot of it a lot faster than I did the first time.
I think they could, let's just talk Spirit Fair here. They could probably tune the economy a little bit better. I feel like at some point when you're grinding out some money or some of the fetch quest stuff can be a little tough to get those boat upgrades. But I love that game. It's great. I hope. I think that's also on Game Pass if people are looking to check that out.
Yes, it is. Did you guys watch their Castlevania show?
No.
I watched the first season or first couple of episodes and liked it, and then I forgot about it.
Okay. Well, there's now been 3 seasons of that, just in case you were
really
wondering. Yes. And so there is going to be a 4th and final season of this series coming to Netflix as of May 13th. But apparently that is also not the end for Castlevania stuff on Netflix. They are going to launch a new series that is set in the same universe, but is not a direct continuation of whatever storyline they've been doing. I have not actually had the time to sit down and watch Castlevania yet, but I keep hearing good things about it, and I would like to. And actually, I'm kind of glad that they're saying there's a final season, because maybe I'll just one-shot a bunch of that stuff over a week or 2.
I think they're very short seasons, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're like, I think 10 episodes max.
Between maybe everything, right? I think the first season was like 3 episodes.
Really?
Maybe I'm bonkers. I really thought it was.
Hey, I'm gonna look this up real quick because I want to make sure we get that right.
I don't know if the other stuff.
You're right. There were 4 episodes in the first season, and then there were 8 in the second.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense.
And the most recent season was 10.
Okay, yeah. So it was the first season only that was short. I remember enjoying it.
Well.
Now there's more.
Now you have stuff to go back and watch. Now there's going to be more, and it will close out this season, and then they will make more of it, probably with a different protagonist in a different situation. But
Alucard. What else, Alex?
This is the last one we're going to do here, and it's a weird one.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm a weird one.
So the Assassin's Creed franchise is very popular. We all know this. They've made a lot of those games, and they are looking to branch out a little more into the sort of transmedia world of maybe other things that are not games, but are also Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
And so they're teaming up with this, I guess I don't know if it's a publisher or if it's just a series or what. It's called Hatchet Heroes. And
okay, wait.
A series of children's books.
Hold on. Hachette?
Hachette, yes.
Okay, when you say Hatchet Heroes, that's...
Look, I run with the hatchet, sorry. Yes, Hachette Heroes. Uh-huh. But the more important detail is it's a series of children's books based on the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Okay. What, are they still going to keep the Assassins part?
Well, I assume they have to, but okay.
Wait,
it's a 6-volume collection.
This is Mr. Man or Mr. Men.
Yes,
is a Mr.
that's
Tickle.
what I was about to get to.
Oh my gosh. This is so fucking weird.
There's an image of Mr. Ezio here.
What are they doing? Oh no. What?
Man, okay. Someone here has the wrong idea about what these things are, and I want to say it's not Ubisoft.
I don't know what happened here, man. All I'm saying is this is happening. Apparently,
is there going to be a page where it's just Ezio and it says, What is this?
He touched him with a pokey stick.
And then Ezio said, "Resquie in pace," and moved on. This is cool as hell. This is great.
I mean, I know, they do these horror Jason for kids, right? Where they'll show a goofy little counselor in a hockey mask. Instead of a machete, he's got just
with this this thing,
a nail clipper or something like that.
I think you just made that up.
I feel that with there are things like that, but it's called Meet Jason. It's not Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. How old does a child need to be before you talk to them about ritual assassination?
What? I'm trying to read this very quickly here.
He's first Templar.
What the hell is going on?
This is weird. This almost seemed. What's the date on this story here?
I checked. It's not April Fool's. We're too far along for that.
Window's still open.
Well,
yeah.
Vinny, we broke Vinny apparently, but this
Because
news.
it is so.
well, first of all, I haven't
bizarre.
seen this book, these characters in probably 30 years. So that's the first thing that broke my mind.
I mean, there are other questionable collaborations.
Yes, that Gears of War Bernstein Bears thing was weird. That was
no. I mean,
God damn it, Papa. Yeah.
I mean, look, there was a kid's cartoon for Mortal Kombat. Like, I get it. Sometimes bad choices get made, but nonetheless.
Even the words Mortal Kombat, they do imply, I guess, something, but
that's like G.I. Joe. No actual people die in it.
How did we get here from the did we get here from when they put the museum mode in? And then we
interesting. That's an interesting
backdoored into kids know what Assassin's Creed is now. This is okay.
That's a different vibe. That's very much you already own this game, and it doesn't really you don't really have to get into the assassination aspect of it at all.
Yeah, I know there was an educational version of it, and but is it something like
that was weird too? Let's not say that was not weird. That was weird.
It was weird, but I also saw where they were going with it because yes, they do these lovingly detailed renderings of these ancient worlds, and people wanted to see that stuff.
It was more understandable for sure.
This is just a fucking book for kids that's called Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you do in those games, Alex? That's right. I'm surprised you brought up Mortal Kombat and not the RoboCop cartoon. I feel like that's the go-to.
Oh yeah, well I mean I was just thinking video games, but there were 2 RoboCop cartoons, man.
Yeah.
There's a Rambo cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'd buy this
for $1.
Nice.
See what the heck is. It's got to reinvent yourself. I don't know. I want to see a wrist blade on this dude.
I do not fucking know, man.
Is he gonna sneak up? Is there gonna be a shot of him snapping a neck or something?
No, he's gonna sneak up behind, and then they're gonna hug. It's gonna be a nice and warm embrace. Friendship.
It's the hug that kills them.
That's gonna be a real disappointing time then for when the kids actually play Assassin's Creed.
I know.
I was trying to hug him.
Why is he bleeding?
Why do I know this game from my childhood?
Oh, this is that Mr. Man thing. Mr. Man. What's the actual series called? Mr. Happy.
It's called Mr.
Mr. Men.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Mr. Men.
Miss Sunshine. Mr. Noisy. Mr. Messy. Okay. Mr. Messy is the bad assassin. Oops. His intestines are all over the floor. I did a bad. Oops. Here comes Mr.
Goofus assassinates like this, but Gallant assassinates like this.
Here comes Mr. Viscera. Oh. All out of his wounds. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the world we live in now.
There's nothing sacred.
Gotta teach the kids about the overarching conspiracies that run all our lives eventually.
That's right. It's never too young to get the Illuminati involved in it.
Maybe they're not gonna call it Assassin's Creed.
They're gonna call it Mr.
They're just gonna call it Mr. Ezio.
Mr. Ezio went to the store.
Mr. Ezio stabbed a motherfucker.
Mr. Ezio shadowed his target. Ooh, don't get caught, Mr. Ezio. Quiet, Mr. Ezio. Mr. Ezio hides in the shadows where he can't be seen.
Mr. Ezio lightly blends in the crowds.
Yeah. Mr. Ezio, oops, Mr. Ezio pushed diagonally off the jump. Mr. Ezio missed the hay bale. Oops, Mr. Ezio. Oops.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway.
Right. I guess I got to learn French. Anything else, Alex?
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's all I got, too. Let's take a break. We'll come back with some emails. Hey, stick around. Woo! We get that music. Woo!
Hachi machi.
Let's get that music up there. All right. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
The Dingo and Danny. I can't say dingo without sounding like I'm trying to do something. The Dingo and Danny are back. Let's read what they got here. They got their new podcast that's fueled by Monster Energy. They pour it right on there and it goes. Unleashed gets up close and personal with the best in alternative, action, and motorsports. Alternative, action, and motor. I don't know if there's supposed to be a serial comma there or it's action and motorsports. Let's go with alternative, action, and motorsports. Get ready for untold stories, career-defining moments, and inside secrets from the world's best athletes and trailblazers.
All right.
Don't miss out on all the action. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I like action.
I like untold stories. I like trailblazers. I like people doing things I can't do.
I like sports, but I prefer them to be a little different than the norm. One might say an alternative from the standard kind of sports.
If you're looking for this, new episodes drop every 2 weeks on Mondays. Listen wherever you get your podcasts, like this here Beastcast, or watch on Monster. Well, okay, we're not going to have it on the giantbomb.com. So listen wherever you get the other podcasts, and if you're listening on giantbomb.com, you should go where you're. This is very confusing. Listen, go wherever you get your podcasts, or watch on Monster Energy's YouTube channel, Unleashed with the Unleashed with the Dingo and Danny, fueled by Monster Energy. Ooh, that was close. Okay, we're back. Hello. We're back. We got some emails. Jeff Acklar, you've picked the emails because people sent them to beastcast@giantbomb.com. That is beastcast@giantbomb.com. Backlar goes through all those emails, forwards them over if we need to get forwarded some emails. Did you ever get your forward access?
It's still an 11-click process. The best part is you could just be totally selfish about all these emails. So I'm going to take the first one from Brittany here. My husband and I love shopping at Trader Joe's. I'm a huge sucker for their seasonal items and love staples like the crunchy cookie butter and scallion pancakes. If you had a couple of minutes to run into a Trader Joe's and grab some of your favorites, what would it be?
Oh, geez.
What items would you recommend someone going to shop there for the first time? So the best part about Trader...
This comes from...
I want to say Trader Joe's did not pay for this hit.
No, because Trader Joe's doesn't pay for any advertising if you've kind of been paying attention.
I have noticed that.
Except for their word of mouth. That's it.
And this is words and this is a mouth. I feel like the cool thing I like about that store, I think this is coming in because I have talked about Trader Joe's a lot.
Oh, it's your fault. Okay.
It's an amazing thing that store does because they have tons of shit that you never thought anyone should make. Like there's just these wild combinations.
What great things does Trader Joe's have, Jeff?
They just do
what's your
I don't know,
favorite?
So there is this cookie butter that they sell where you're just like, oh, what is that? And it's not what you think it is. I don't know if this is the thing I'm running into the store in a frantic spree to just grab and get out of there. Although I do love their they have a sriracha barbecue thing going on there that I'm a huge
it's sriracha, but yes,
that too. And that's sort of where I'm coming from. But without a doubt, the thing that I go to, they do have this I guess it's a Japanese sort of seasoning with a bunch of roasted sesame and seaweed flakes. And I know you can get that at other delicacy stores. But let me get that, and I'm kind of that and the everything bagel seasoning. I feel like they might have started that. I don't know.
I don't think they invented the everything bagel, but
I think they were the first ones to be like, let's just wipe all this stuff.
Let's put that shit in a bottle.
Put that into a bottle.
Oh,
you've never heard of that?
No, is that just what's left over in your wrapper after you get the bagel? They just dump that into the bottle.
Yeah, they just like funnel that up and just like pour it in there.
God.
Yeah, no, they're hanging out outside but the dumpster behind Bagel Brothers, and they're just getting all the fucking the leavings,
No,
the bagel leavings.
They're just wiping the tables off. Like, yeah, you gotta throw that out. No. Trader Joe did not
collect. They will pay you good money for that.
Joe did not get rich by throwing out sesame seeds. Okay, Joe, come here. You gotta throw that away. I will trade you this. I don't know when Joe got started trading, but you think
he started this whole thing with just the paperclip.
With the
he traded up into a national chain of stores.
Joe had a paperclip, and he went to his friend Vic, Trader Vic's, and he said, "Hey, he's
out of business now."
Oh, is he? Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Trader Vic's was like, "I'll trade you for a bottle of wine," and Trader Joe said, "I'll trade you for an unbranded thing of peanut butter." And the
next thing you know,
yeah.
So, do you go there a lot or no, Vinny?
I do.
No, Alex?
I do.
Yeah. Oh, Alex, I want to hear from you then, bud.
Yeah, I used to go to the one in Queens, but it's too small, and especially during pandemic times, it's a little too fraught in there. So I've been going to one in Long Island recently, and that's been doing me a little bit better. If I had to like just run in, grab a couple of things, I'm very partial to their dried seaweed snacks, the wasabi kind.
Same.
Can't get enough of that shit.
I got boxes of that. Whew.
Yeah, it's
Love
good.
Low calorie. Love it.
I like their peanut butter cups, the ones they got in the plastic tubs. I'm not too good to admit that I could swallow an entire container of those whole if I had
in a
to.
Heartbeat. They've got those like
paper and all
mochi boxes. Give me that.
Their mochi got worse. It used to be better.
Oh, we went to a Trader Joe's and got mochi the other day, but they were out.
Vanilla and chocolate ones are good. Oh no, vanilla and strawberry rather.
They're still good. They just they used to be better, and now they have like this thing where sometimes they have like air bubbles in them, which I don't like.
Oh fuck that.
Yeah,
I like the little cones they have. They're like this big. It's like a full ice cream cone, and the pot and like a finger's length long. You can have like 11 of those and still feel.
Also, just a nice assortment of nuts and dried fruit. That's the good shit.
It's Joe's specialty. All right, what's next, Backler?
All right, let's go. Let's have Alex take this one from Alex about button mashing.
Okay, first of all, there's only one Alex. Everyone knows that.
And second of all, there's only one button mashing. So.
Alex Keaton. Yeah. Hi, Cast of Beast. What's your favorite button mashing technique? Is it alternating fingers, index finger tapping, or mechanically assisted? Personally, I feel like I can get a few BPM more by tensing the muscles in my forearm and sort of trembling my hand muscles. It sounds crazy. I hope at least one of you gets it. Okay, so I'm thinking like it's sort of like a just kind of
it's that real stiff. It's that real stiff forearm thing where it's just like
it's sort of like it's similar to what you do with your legs if you want to get really fast double bass technique, I think.
Oh, is that really what you do with your leg?
I didn't know. That's
new to me.
It's you kind of so what I do is I kind of move my foot back and forth side to side a little bit while also kind of just you don't want to tense the muscle too much. You actually want it as relaxed as possible, but there is a certain amount of just kind of rocking back and forth, kind of a tremble.
Okay.
Tremble drumming.
They did leave out the slide back and forth technique, which is a dangerous
That's what I do.
That's a dangerous one. That's a blister. That's a blister waiting to happen.
So what's your technique?
That's mine.
Mine's the tremble. Mine's the
okay. You're the tremble.
Yeah. If I really need to get that business going, I switch to index finger, put the controller down on a leg or something, and I'm just doing it like a.
If it's a double button, I'm doing the 1-2 like this. Yeah. If it's a single button, it's just I'm just kind of doing this as fast as I can.
The rubby rub.
Oh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. If it's a modern game, I'm turning it off and just turn it off and hold the button.
Because everything has that option now.
Well, hopefully, but like I'm kind of tired of that. And I've done my share. I've put in my time of mashing buttons. I'm ready to just hold I don't need to do this.
That's why I bought those.
I will hold an X button.
That's why I bought those super quick arcade buttons because I don't want to get the weird whatever injury that is that carpal tunnel. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move along this one. Let's go to Vinny for this because you were vexed about the tomato sauce versus ketchup situation.
Yeah.
A lot of people from Australia and New Zealand wrote in about this specifically. So thanks to everyone who wrote in about this, but take this one from Aaron.
Okay. Aaron says here, just a quick clarification / correction on the tomato sauce email from a fellow Kiwi. I can say that, right? But it's because I'm reading.
I don't think that's bad.
On last week's show, you would use tomato sauce the same as you would use ketchup. The only difference between the two is that tomato sauce is usually slightly sweeter than ketchup.
How's that possible?
And ketchup is usually tangier / tartar than tomato sauce. Oh, I hear the food police in the background.
Yeah, seriously.
In New Zealand, what you in the States call tomato sauce is sold as pasta sauces in our supermarkets. The English language sure is fun. That comes from Aaron in New Zealand. So tomato sauce, pasta sauce. I buy that. I don't know about the sweeter than ketchup, though. Some ketchups have a lot of
They're adding a sauce. They're adding a sauce.
Do you think they put another sauce in there? You got tomato sauce, pasta sauce?
Well, they have they have a tomato sauce and a ketchup and then a pasta sauce.
No,
so what the fuck?
No, this says in New Zealand, what you in the States call tomato sauce is sold as pasta sauce in our supermarkets. So they're saying,
oh, okay,
yeah,
but it does seem they do have two kinds of ketchups.
I don't know.
Yeah, catsup and ketchup.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we need. Okay. Do we need to go back to that other email because I feel like there was a tomato sauce that the whole thing that kicked this off was a tomato sauce on like French fries problem that was really was bugging me. So if Aaron is saying tomato sauce is what you'd call pasta sauce, we're back to square fucking one here of
you know what? The more I think about it, the more I think you're right. Yeah. I think we have gone in a circle
of what are we doing? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we should just move on.
Yeah, let's just move on. How about this? Okay. We're done with the ketchup. We're done with the syrup. You can keep those to yourselves. Sometimes things don't work out here on the podcast. You're just gonna have to live with that, also, and we'll move on.
Also, I got a great update for you. I don't know whoever hacked my fridge, but we have a grand experiment happening in what can you keep out of a fridge and for how long? That is happening up in my experimental lab, aka my kitchen right now.
Nice.
Turns out most stuff wants to be refrigerated, or A, you will go sick, or B, it'll smell horrible. My fridge that is now broken is actually warmer on the inside than it is on the outside. It has gone to trapping the cold to now trapping the heat.
It's now an oven.
Yeah, that's right. Turns out those things are insulated. So when the hot air is in there, the hot air stays in there. But the food doesn't want to be in there.
Stop opening it.
No, I emptied it and unplugged it eventually when I have little thermometer things. I recommend everybody get one actually. These little like things you can just sit in there, thermometer, they're wireless. You don't have to plug them in, they're batteries, or they're analog if you just got a fucking thermometer. And then you can see, but this is nice because it tracks the temperature with the highs and lows. And fun tip, if you're going away on vacation, remember going away on vacation. If you ever go away on vacation, it's a fun thing to have in the fridge because you can see if your power ever went out while you're away, if your food's going to be spoiled.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's good.
Anyway, that's fun. Hot fridge, gross. What's next?
Yeah. This was just a real quick one from Joe. I just want to say this out loud because when I read it, I was like, what? Are worms bugs? Obviously not, right? A surprising large number of my peers disagree. No, worms are not bugs.
Wait, worms are not bugs? Are they insects?
What are they?
Oh, wait, are they in the insect world?
I don't wait.
Oh, are we talking scientifically, or are we talking like colloquially? Like, hey, when you say like, hey, I got some bugs, and like it's a worm here, you're gonna be like, no, it's not.
Maybe I am just. I think colloquially they're not.
Really?
Scientifically, maybe they are. No, I don't know.
I would say scientifically they're not. They're probably some like millipedus or something.
Yeah,
they're probably in some other.
I thought this was obvious. Maybe now I'm second guessing myself.
Wait, so what would a worm be then? A worm?
Like you.
I think it's its own thing. It's just a kind of invertebrate.
I would be like, hey, I'm going bug hunt. Yeah, I guess it depends on the day.
They don't have legs. They're more like a snake than they're like a bug.
I guess I would call it a bug. It lives in the dirt. It's outside in the yard.
Oh, you're fucking crazy. It's not a bug.
If you said like a mole eats bugs and you were like, no, it eats worms, I might be like, yeah, it eats bugs.
Yeah, you know what? If before this was even brought up, if you had just asked me, is a worm a bug? I would have said, well, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, I guess it's not.
It
I
is
guess
so
it's
not a bug, even casually, like you were trying to posit before. It's not.
I would have. I'm with Alex. Before this, if you had, my initial reaction to this are worms are absolutely bugs. Now you flip the whole thing around.
See, but this is why we ask the tough hitting questions. Whatever, we'll leave it open. I just want to throw it out there. We can move on.
Is a worm an insect?
No,
it's not.
I think
It's just an
insects have to have
invertebrate
legs.
animal.
What?
Yeah. What
Wait,
insect
so,
doesn't have legs?
Okay, is a millipede a bug?
Millipedes
Yes.
have- yeah.
Just because it wriggles doesn't make it a worm.
But it's like,
Yeah,
isn't a worm just like a millipede with no legs?
No, oh,
You are really reducing the
You're
majesty
being-
of God's creation here.
just being a dick, I think. Look, there's no
there
way
it
to
is.
know.
That's what
There's
I
no
was
way to
looking
know.
for. LZ. Oh, it scrolled by too fast. Annelids. That's what I was looking for. That's the. I was looking
Oh, so that's what
waiting
they are.
waiting for somebody to drop the old.
There's also no way to know. We've never done the research. We've never figured it out.
Nobody's done.
Yeah, I'm not a worm doctor. I don't fucking know.
Everybody
They'll
was
never
like,
know.
Ew, gross. All the signs.
You weren't saying millipedes don't have legs, right? Because I believe the
No, he said
prefix is
millipedes had
for the-
legs.
Okay. I thought I misheard you.
Yeah.
He said they were worms with legs, which is also wrong.
I'm an entomologist, not an etymologist. Come on.
Yeah.
That's somebody.
Bless
looked
you.
at that. Yeah,
All right. This is a weird one. How about you have this, Alex?
Okay.
From Drew here.
Beastcast crew with all the Kingdom Hearts Michigas?
That's how you spell it, I guess.
Okay. Going up on the site, I wondered if you were aware that Haley Joel Osment, voice of Sora in Kingdom Hearts, owes his acting career in part to former Nintendo president Reggie Fils-Aimé. No, I didn't know that. Okay.
Go on.
Osment's first professional acting job was in a Pizza Hut commercial for the Bigfoot Pizza. Fils-Aimé was an executive at Pizza Hut at the time and was in charge of marketing for the Bigfoot Pizza. So without a metric ton of zippers and a 24 slab of pizza, we would not have the Sora we have today. Thoughts?
I mean, maybe he sends him like a thank you bouquet every year, and it's just like, I'll never forget. You're the guy who let me inevitably see dead people. And
so you're saying the Kingdom Hearts was his launching pad there? Just
I mean,
what does the Bigfoot Pizza look like?
Are you not
I feel like I remember the
Bigfoot
pizza.
It was.
I don't really, but also I never liked Pizza Hut, so I never really paid attention.
Wasn't it kind of like the Tombstone?
Well, this thing I'm
maybe
looking at
that's
right
what
now
I'm
says almost 2
confusing.
feet, so that's a nightmare.
There was a period there where I don't know what happened, but people wanted like sheets of pizza, like just.
This is a big oval.
They wanted like options for wallpaper, and
Yeah,
there was a.
Pizza Hut's like, we got you.
It was where
this is a giant oval pizza.
It was where people figured out that you can take a pizza you could same amount of dough. How far could you actually stretch it physically and then sell it to somebody?
I bet you they figured this out because of like maybe the way their ovens and the chains were structured. Like, I bet you Pizza Hut maybe has like a assembly line like Quiznos had, where like the pizza just slowly goes through like a 900-degree heat oven, and they're like, this could go on forever.
Maybe it was an accident. Maybe it got caught on there, and then like Reggie came in, and they were like, shit, it's jammed again. And Reggie came in, stop the presses. Look at this beautiful. Look at this beautiful pizza.
This is actually almost the size of one of my feet. Let's call it Bigfoot.
Finally, a pizza for Reggie. A Reggie-sized pizza. This is delicious. Haley, try this. It is delicious, Reggie. It is delicious.
That was his voice in 1989.
It is Reggie, my man. This is delicious. Reggie, you should go. You should go to Nintendo. Oh, stop it, Haley. You're so full of good ideas.
Nintendo what?
Nintendo, come on.
Never heard of it.
Enjoy the
Tell me another.
7 metric tons of this pizza with me. All right, what else we got?
Vincent, take this one from Logan, please.
Wow, Logan submitted the first chapter of his book. Thanks, Logan. All right, here we go.
I know, but it's a quick read.
After the talk about the last blockbuster, it seemed germane to mention that I recently moved into a neighborhood that has an honest-to-God video rental store right around the corner. Browsing a large collection of movies that only gets bigger over time is pretty great, since just about everything you can ask for this place has. And you're not left to the whims of whatever streaming service you're paying for in a given month. It's not quite a hole in the wall, but it does feel like stepping back into the 1990s, and that's an unexpectedly nice feeling. Being able to walk there from my new place of residence is even better. My question: if you could have just one type of previously omnipresent store/business within walking distance from your home, what would it be? Video rental, comic shop, local hardware store. Oh, that's going to be tough. Arcade, toy shop, record store, etc. What would improve your life the most if it was accessible just around the corner and not in big box/franchise store form? Additionally, video store reigns supreme for me, but I also have the local hardware store, and even as someone who isn't particularly handy or into repairing stuff myself, it's been incredibly convenient to have a small shop with local owners right around the corner, rather than needing to go to a Lowe's or Home Depot and track stuff down in those absurdly large stores.
That is a
Part
dumb
two.
store to go. No, there's no more.
Logan.
That is a dumbass store to go to just to like get one screw.
I think I have to go with the hardware store. Like, it's just too, like, that's
So we
the
have
practical.
one.
Yeah, we have one as well.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess I found this question interesting because it's more, I think I was leaning more into like the no longer necessary store, but maybe because hardware stores are still, you obviously still need that.
Yeah, we have a local one here, but then there's also a Home Depot, like, less than a mile in the other direction. I actually have a local comic store in my neighborhood too. That is not there's an outlet for Midtown, but there's also a local one here.
Oh, really? They have like a Midtown Comics in Queens?
It's an outlet, but yes.
What's funny is even in my town, there is like a roller rink too, which is also like a bygone sort of thing.
Damn.
The comic thing,
now I'm wondering if CalSkate is still there from my hometown.
The comic thing has hurt a bit, though there is a comic store not too far from here. It's definitely a little bit of a walk, which apparently is owned by the son of Jimmy the Greek.
Really?
In our town, which
that's interesting.
But he sells, I think he sells a lot of collectible stuff. Like, that's his market. And so, like, I'm always a little afraid to go in there and be like, "What's up, Alex?"
CalSkate's still there.
Oh, that's cool.
The skating rink I went to for like birthday parties when I was 11 is still around.
I mean, that's, places like that are kind of still a thing. Like bowling alleys refuse to really go away too. Like
they refuse.
Well, now, yeah.
So here's the thing, like, as far as use goes, like, I would love if there was a local video store I could go to, but it's not that useful to me. Like, I have a large movie collection. I can get movies, but I would still go anyway, just because I think that would be a neat novelty and I would like to support something like that. I think an arcade would actually be the most beneficial to me because, again, I'm not going to go buy a bunch of arcade cabinets and fucking pinball machines. Who would do that? A lunatic. That's who.
Yeah, nobody's got the room for that.
And the thing is, if it's well maintained, like if that stuff is taken care of, like that is a thing I would go to regularly.
Yeah, having that has been huge for sure.
I might say, can I do like a combo place? Because this place would,
of course, invent a place.
Yeah, I want a local game store. I want a local, not a video game store, even board game store. I want a local board game and comic store that is just like...
And coffee shop.
I actually have a local board game store too.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had a local board game store. There's a lot of board game supplies I always need that I feel bad ordering. A lot of board games that I would just like to... usually they have some board game nights and stuff set there. It's one of the things I actually was like, man, I should open a board game store in this town. Like... And then I was like, I don't want to run a board game store. I donated a bunch of board games to our local coffee shop in hopes that they could be like, hey, maybe I can will this into existence. You guys want these board games? And maybe we can do a board game thing.
It doesn't just have to be board games. I think the key now is to like make it like a hybrid kind of thing where you're like
Funko Pops,
where you sell, keyboards and cool like pinball, and you do this and you do and there's a hockey rink in the back. Like you do all these things at the same place, like, and it's a bar where people can
we got dentistry in the back. I mean, you know, what do you need?
You know, that's always the tough sell to sort of shoehorn in there.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, very good. Let's I'll take this last one from James.
there's more?
Because
Okay.
there's just one more, I'm sorry. But this is just a quickie and a good tip. Hot tip for cleaning your figurines. Remember? We were looking for like the way to do it.
Yeah.
James says makeup brushes. They're typically incredibly soft and made of fine bristles that will get into those cracks and crevices. I don't use any kind of solvents. I just go at them with the makeup brush. I like that. I'm gonna steal one from the bathroom and start doing that. I think Vinny, you might need a couple to start. You might need 6 or 7. He's already apparently you had the answer. Oh yeah, put that all over your face. Just redistribute the.
It's an audio
oil
podcast.
everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. Now it's ruined. Yeah.
All right, good to know. There you go. Makeup brushes for your figurines.
I got that.
That's the end.
I got that after the podcast.
I'm gonna start power washing mine.
Yeah, just blow them out.
Just point blank.
People in the chat are telling me I do have those in my area, but I don't know if they're walking distance. That's the thing, right?
That's
like,
the thing. Round the corner is what we're looking
I think
for.
Palisades Park actually has a bunch of stuff that's by me. It's the next town over that has, and maybe Teaneck has them. But I think there's a Gundam store actually that is, but it's driving distance or bicycle riding distance. I don't want to walk back with a giant copy of Scythe in my or like Gloomhaven in my backpack. What's next, Alex or Jeff, whoever wants to talk?
We are finished with the emails. That was it.
Okay.
We did
No
it.
corrections. Flawless podcast.
Flawless victory.
And that's about it.
All right.
My dudes.
I'm tired.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up then. Jeff Bacalar, Alex Navarro, thank you very much. I'm gonna get this music going.
Thank you.
And the thank you, sir.
I lost
Thank
my
you
mouse
for
on
what
this
you
computer.
do.
Oh, thank you. Thank me for what I do. There's that's the end of the show, folks. That's gonna be the end. That's the end of the show for this year. This week's the Giant Beastcast. Alex and I recorded that Hitchhiker Quick Look. Alex recorded that Near Replicant. Is that right? Near Replicant Quick Look.
Yes.
I believe there's also a Pac-Man 99 Quick Look up on the site. Jan and I played some Kingdom Hearts. And we're going to have, tomorrow we're going to have some hot spots. We're going to have some not UPF. Yeah. I'm going to answer one more question from the chat here. It said, do you have any perfect grades or real grades? I do. Maybe someday I'm going to build them. That new perfect grade of the RX-78, too expensive for me, but I have the older version. I did look at it though. Too expensive. Toys. Why are they so expensive? On my next podcast, toys. What's the deal? Why are they so expensive?
Why are they so much money?
If it's your birthday out there, happy birthday. We're getting close to May. Whole new crop of birthdays coming up. So get ready to water those Cabbage Patch Kids. Folks, thanks for listening to the Giant Beastcast. It's been a pleasure. #1 show on the internet, and we'll see you next week.